started at 3:30. Technically, Aiden went to work at 2, but I had to eat. I got me and Raymond food. I got my husband food. I had to get gas. And, yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of depressing. Because, okay, I got one, which was $20-some for like 10 miles in Rogers. And I think I ended up at Beaver Lake. Now, yeah, the money was definitely worth what it is, but $9 is up front. So I'm paying $9 for this order. And the guy was kind of, I don't know, the guy had to pack my car was kind of whatever. Like, he was just slopping shit around. He literally put soda, 12 pack of Coke on top of fucking eggs, okay? I don't know where in what world, why didn't he just put it on the bread? You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe the eggs could handle it, but it seems a little psychotic, right? I'm like, are you kidding me? Apparently he does not like his job, which I get. It's not always a fun job. I've definitely, you know, especially when sometimes, like at first you might be able to fit shit into people's cars, but then after a while, you know, it starts getting really full. I can see that, you know what I'm saying? They're like, we're gonna put this shit, you know what I mean? But, yeah, like I said, there was one lady at Store 100 who was really good. I mean, yeah, she might have taken her time doing it because obviously she was making sure everything was neat and tidy and perfectly fitting, and you know what I mean? Which is nice. You know, I'm sure she cares about her job. Cares about stuff, right? You know, but, and I know most of these people don't really care probably. Oh my God. And that's the only one reason about worst shopping is kind of good, because if you're shopping, you are responsible for your shit, right? You're not going to be squishing people's shit. You're not going to be mixing stuff up, and you're going to pack it nicely, I would hope, right? You know, compared to having to trust somebody else to do it. And I mean, you know, it's crazy. Oh, I remember being in OPD, and my problem was the bagging, kind of like, because sometimes it's easier to get a new bag and push it in there. So that's why you end up with one item objects. And you know, like I could see why, like, you know, they didn't want us to bag afterwards, but honestly, it would be better to bag the tote after, so you can make it all nice and tidy then. Kind of like when we shop it and then we bag at the end, because I mean, when I'm bagging at the end, I can put everything, you know, together in the right kind of groups and stuff, you know what I mean? Then when you're trying to work and you're trying to pick fast, you gotta get a good rate, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just, you know, throw in a bag, throw it in there, and then deal with it, right? But then I cannot stand when they put, like when you go to your order, and then they're trying to put all the light shit on, heavy shit on top of the light shit, like you know, like for some reason you're getting this light stiff first, and then you have to literally move it and put the heavy stuff underneath it to do that. You know what I mean? Or they smush shit, like cause they got a bunch of soda in there, and then they want you to fit these other heavy shit in there. But luckily there is a way to, holy crap! Oh my God, folks, what's going? This is by my house, but lucky there is a way to do it where I don't know what I'm trying to say, but where you can you know, make another tote if you absolutely had to, because it's just not going to fit in that tote. You know what I mean? So like, I think I recall there is a way to do it. You know, I don't remember anymore because I haven't done it in a while. You know, but I believe there is. You have to, just like if you had to, like if they had something that was actually frozen, but for some reason it didn't count it as frozen. You know what I mean? You can switch it to another tote where it is frozen shit. So, you know, you're not mixing up, obviously, a frozen item with a non-frozen item, you know, kind of thing. Anyway, I'm going to, see over there, if you can see, that is where my road is going to be at. That's where they're doing all that construction. That's other side is my freaking road. It's so insane, right? Can you believe it? Look at it. These people will be driving on my side as soon as later on in the future, which is really annoying. But there you go. That's them working on our street over there, practically between our roads.